everybody out there, and welcome to Prophecy Talk 2.0. I'm your host, Dr. Kifa Ben Israel. I am Archbishop and Apostle in our Lord's Church. I'm the founder and overseer or proprietor, if you will, of Kingdom Building Institute located in Portland, Oregon, and Kifa Ben Israel Ministries. I want to thank you all for being with us on the different platforms. If you're watching us on Facebook, there's two different platforms on Facebook that you're watching us on. The main platform on Facebook that we're being seen on is the page Bishop Kifa Israel, DD. We want to thank you for joining us on there, or you may be joining us on Twitter at Bishop Kifa. Kifa is spelled K-E-P-H-A, by the way. You know, for those of you that don't know how to spell Kifa, it's spelled K-E-P-H-A. Or you may be watching us on YouTube, the official Kifa Ben Israel Ministry page. Or you could be watching us on Twitch at Kifa, K-E-P-H-A 77. I want to thank you. I want to thank our administrative pastor for joining us, Elder Kim Kerr. Always welcome wherever I'm welcome. Elder Kerr has been with me for quite some time, so I give her a hard time all the time about a lot of things. And following me is something that I don't have to worry about with her because she's one of the faithful people that happens to follow me all the time and travels with me also. So I really appreciate Elder Kim Kerr all the way down there in the state of Florida. Really appreciate you for the love and support that you give to this old crazy apostle archbishop that's been doing it for a long time. I'm here to tell you, I've been doing this for a very long time. All right, Prophecy Talk 2.0 is accumulation of information and revelation. And last week, before I get into any biblical topics that we're going to be talking about, last week we saw our government really come and do some great things. There go Erica White. What's happening, Erica? What's happening? What's going on down there in your neck of the woods of Statesville? Some of y'all don't know where that says. That's right outside of Charlotte, North Carolina. Statsville. For the sake of talking tonight, I'm gonna say Statsville, North Carolina. So good to see Erica. It's always good to see Erica. For the sake of last week, we saw Brittany Griner. For those of you that do not know who Brittany Griner is a WNBA basketball personality star, if you will, that plays with the Phoenix Mercury. That's the women's professional basketball league. Well, it's no secret that the women do not get paid as well as good as the men. So a lot of the women in the off season go and play in Europe, various places around the world, because they get paid pretty well. I don't know exactly what the salary is or what the stipend, whatever it is that they pay. I'm not really sure about that because I'm not really that deep into it to know what they get paid. But I know that she was there. And in the state of Arizona, here where I'm at in the state of Oregon, Washington, California, places like that, medical marijuana has been made legal. So to make a long story short, she was carrying a vape pen that was full of CBD oil or marijuana, if you will. And it was in her luggage in Russia. And the Russian officials banned that. They don't see eye to eye with that. So she was arrested and basically used as a political pawn to release prisoners of war or technical prisoners that we have in prisons ourselves in the United States. And President Putin, Vladimir Putin, used that to his full advantage. And we're just happy that she's home. Okay. I know there's a lot of you out there that have a political opinion, and I'm seeing a lot of things on the internet that would go against our current president, Joe Biden, and Vice President Kamala Harris. And I have no fault with them with this circumstance and situation. If anything, I'm really happy that Brittany is home. We have another Marine that has been over there uh, during the entire administration before. I mean, the Trump administration up until now, and that is Robert Whelan. And to my understanding, the United States government is working hard to work out some type of deal to bring him home. And I just think it's a beautiful thing. You know, a lot of people look at the fact that this is during the Christmas season. I don't have to tell you guys that I don't believe in holidays, only because of biblical reasons. I don't get down with the holidays as far as Christmas, Easter, and all this other stuff. I am truly a believer in the word of Yah. And I just cannot bring myself to listen to the propaganda of lies of man. And that's what holidays is. We're supposed to be celebrating holy days. For those of you that want to look up holy days, because I've been teaching on them quite a bit, you can go to any of my platforms and go back and watch some of my prior videos. And there's quite a few of them that talk about the holy days. Okay. And we find the gist of the holy days in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, starting at verse number 1. It really goes into a synopsis of those holy days: Passover, Feast of Unleavened Bread, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah. So anyway, to get to my point, what I'm saying is that I really commend the Biden administration for their diligence in this circumstance. Everybody's not going to be in agreement with things, but I'm in agreement with human life, human rights. I believe that as a Black woman, whether she's gay, straight, or whatever, just so happens that she is professed in the LGBTQ community, it's great. She's home. I think it's wonderful. And I think it's something that we need to really take seriously, because when we go to these other countries, and I've been fortunate enough to travel across the world, military and ministry. I've traveled across the world. I've been in Europe. I've been in Southeast Asia, Iran, and places like that. I've been there. So I know that the United States, Americans are not exactly the most popular people when it comes to those folks. And I just really appreciate the fact that we have a government that's trying to do something about it. Did I say that they were always right? Did I say I always agree with them? No, I don't. I'm not a Democrat or a Republican. I like to vote, and I do exercise my right to vote. That's another thing. I do have a dog in the fight because I exercise my right to vote. And, I vote for the people that I believe, that my spirit man, and that really talk about policies that make a difference. Hello, somebody. That really make a difference. I know some of you guys are like kind of like null and void to that type of thing, Blessings to you, Apostle Dana Major, all the way in my favorite place, ATL. Okay, the home of the Atlanta Braves, the home of the stinking dirty birds, the Atlanta Falcons. Them dirty birds, I tell you, I can't stand them. I'm a Carolina Panther fan myself. Myself and Apostle Dana Major, we'll get into a fuss and fight all the time about the Falcons and the Panthers because we're arch rivals in NFL ranks. So I'm so pumped up about the Panthers, and we're really pumped up about them now because we really have a chance to win our division. Okay, good. Kudos to the Carolina Panthers who won yesterday quite convincingly, I should say, over the Seattle Seahawks. And nonetheless, I am in the Pacific Northwest. So, of course, I had a lot of flack come my way from some of these yahoos up here. But it's okay because my Panthers won. That's all that matters. But anyway, I could talk about that all day and all night, but yeah, we have to understand that politics, science, and religion are going together in the end time. And let me add prophecy into that also. It is really going together in this end time. There are some prophetic fulfillments in the standard 66 books of the Bible that nobody even thought about that are happening actually right now. And they're happening in a major way. And one of the things that God has raised up prophets in the end time for, now hear me, one of the things that God is raised, that Elohim, Yehovah, is raising up prophets in the end time for, is the confirmation of the word of truth. The confirmation of the word of truth. And it is really important that we understand. Blessings to you, Prophetess Sharon Kane. Good to see you. Good to see you. It's really important that we do that. Everything that we do now has been calculated into confirmation. That's why tonight, scripture wise, I'm going to be going to Daniel, the 12th chapter. I don't know what's going to happen exactly, but you never know, because prophecy may have its place in this platform tonight, in which I hope it does. Prophecy could have its place in this platform tonight. And it's really important that we really get this thing right. A lot of people have this notion that prophecy is the telling of one's future. Now, that's something that we made up. Okay. Scripturally, in the book of Exodus, it's explained that you will know a prophet, a true prophet will have dreams and visions. And you will know a true prophet by the words that they speak, by them coming to pass. Okay. That's literal. Now, that's not all the way true, but it's literal in a sense if you want to describe the prophetic. Okay. And I don't think the prophetic has been explained thoroughly enough to people. And that's why a lot of people live off of the words of a prophet when they should be living off of the words of the word of Yah, the truth of the Bible. That's what they should be living off of. And I was speaking with Erica earlier today, and I'm really impressed because ever since she's started having conversations with me, I hate to put you out there, Erica, but I am. But ever since she's been having conversations with me, she's been studying more. See, this is what will happen when you speak to people that are enriched in the word of truth, not enriched into the fascination of wanting to hear themselves. Okay. There's a lot of topics. I'm just saying that you guys get on my platforms and look at some of the prior videos that I've done in the past few years. You'll be asking a lot of questions too, because there's a lot of things that I question from the Christian church that I know is not really on point. It's not on point because there's fabrications of man and then there's facts of the word. And there's a lot of facts that have been left out that we as studiers of the word of truth need to grasp to. We need to grasp to, because the Bible says to study to show yourself approved. A workman is worthy of a hire. Okay, a workman is worthy of hire. Hello, somebody. I just want to go to Daniel, the 12th chapter, and kind of like get into this a little bit. Who knows? The spirit of prophecy may fall upon me and I may prophesy to some people. I don't know. It just depends on how everything goes. Depends on what you guys put in the chat tonight. Who knows? I might drop the link for somebody to join me tonight, to join me on the platform tonight. Maybe, maybe not. But the point is that we need to dive into the end time direction that has not been pointed to us for whatever reason, for the past and for the future's sake. We need to dive into that, and we need to look into this exclusively. Okay. First of all, let me set a little bit of the stage for you for what we're going to be reading here tonight a little bit. And hopefully we can stay on topic with that. And we have to understand that Michael or Michael has been charged with the revolution from heaven to earth to destroy evil. That's what Michael has been given the charge to do. Now, in the book of Enoch in chapter number 20, as a matter of fact, let me go there real quick. See, you never know how the Spirit's going to lead us. And I believe in flowing with the Spirit to absolutely, totally. If we go to the book of Enoch, I have to get my other device in order to go there. But if we go to the book of Enoch, and I think it's chapter number 20. Chapter number 20 gives us a layout of what the angels are supposed to do. Yes, I believe it is chapter number 20. Yes, chapter number 20 of the book of Enoch, of the prophet Enoch. For those of you that do not have the book of Enoch, okay, all you have to do is go on your Google search, type in the book of Enoch, and then when you type in the book of Enoch, type in PDF, okay, type in PDF, and you will see several different versions of the book of Enoch that you can download for free. Okay, you can download these for free. Now, it doesn't matter which version you have. It really doesn't. I'm not particular about which version you have, because whatever version you have is going to give you the same type of information. But yeah, get it. It's for free right now until somebody gets hip to it and realizes that it's actually worth some real money, and then they start charging you for it. But make sure that when you go on your Google search, you type in the book of Enoch. Enoch is spelled Enoch. Enoch, the book of Enoch, and then type right beside it PDF. That means it's a downloadable copy. You can get that for free. Okay, because we're going to get to Daniel the 12th chapter, but I want to get to Enoch the 20th chapter to kind of explain further into what our discussion, what I'm trying to bring out. Okay, Enoch chapter 20 and verse number 1, it says, and I'm going to be reading from the Sefer or Sefer, the Et Sefer or Sefer. That's the version Bible I'm going to be reading from. So it is going to be reading quite different than what some people would see. Okay, verse number 1, these are the names of the angels who watch. Verse number 2, Uriel, one of the holy angels who is over clamor and terror. Verse number 3, Raphael, or some people say Raphael, one of the holy angels who is over the spirits of men, or the Ruhachath. The word Ruhachath means spirits. For those of you that are reading from the Sefer, because there's a couple of you that are watching right now, you actually have the Sefer or the Sefer. The word Ruhachath simply means spirits. Okay, those that rule over the spirits of men, the Ruhachath of men. That's pretty deep right there in itself. Raphael was over the spirits of men. That says a lot right there. Now, it didn't specify whether these were good spirits or bad spirits. They just said the spirits of men. That is so interesting to me. Very interesting. As a matter of fact, I think I have a copy of this. Let me look on my banners real quick, because I do believe that I have a copy of this. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I looked at my banners, because I need to put up the giving information so that if you guys want to give financially, you can. Let me go to the banners real quick and let me look at the banners and see if I can find this, because I do believe that I have this. If I'm not mistaken, I do have this for public consumption. Let me see. I'm not real sure. If I don't, that's okay, because we'll just keep reading. But I believe I do have this. Let me see. Yes, there we go. Chapter number 20. There we are. I do have it. For those of you that do not have the copy of the book of Enoch, but there it is, right there. Okay, and these are the names of the holy angels who watch. You have Uriel, one of the holy angels, who is over the world and over the Tartarus, which means the spirits of men. Excuse me, over the Tartarus, which that is the celestial realm. Okay, that's what he does. He watches over the confusion of man. Then, of course, we're at verse number 2, where it says that Raphael, one of the holy angels, who is over the spirits of men. And it didn't specify what type of spirits. It just said spirits of men. Then you had Raguel, one of the holy angels who takes vengeance on the whole world of the luminaries. Now, that's the sun and the moon. That's the sun and the moon, people. Okay. Then you have Michael. Okay. Michael of the holy angels, to wit, he that is set over the best part of mankind and over chaos. That's why he could declare war. Siracriel, one of the holy angels who is set over the spirits who sin in the spirit, set over those that sin. Hello, somebody. Then you have Gabriel, one of the holy angels who is over paradise and the serpents and the cherubim. Boy, that's talking about angelic hosts for real. Then you have Remiel, one of the holy angels whom God set over those who rise. We're talking about the dead. Oh my goodness, we're talking about the dead. I'm going to let you guys glance at that for just a minute. Let you guys glance at that just a minute. This is the 20th chapter of the famed book, the book of Enoch. Very important, because this gives us the 4 principles of the archangels. These are the lead angels. By no means are these the purposes of all the angels. It's only just those particular angels. Okay? They're broken up into groups and settings: the 4 winds of the earth, the 4 settings of the earth, the 4 the 4 diadems of the earth. So you have 4 archangels that have been set to watch over man from heaven. It's really important that we get this. 4 of them. Now, by no means, these are not all of them. These are just some of them and some of their purpose. And notice, if somebody can see this, they can screenshot it, they can duplicate it, whatever they need to duplicate, because this is a really important chapter. It's really important. And I just think it's incredible, because in verse number 3, it talks about Raphael, okay, or Raphael, who is over the spirits of men. What spirits are we talking about? What daggone spirits could he be talking about? My goodness. It doesn't give us a description in this, nor does it give us a description in the later chapters. I'm going to take this down. If anybody wants me to put that back up, I will. It doesn't give us a description in the later chapters of what these spirits are. We just know that Raphael is over the spirits of men, or the Ruhakath of men. So that means all different attitudes, which equate to spirits. And a lot of people don't realize that attitudes equate to spirits. People are acting the way they act, not because of any special reason, but because They are led by the spirit that leads them. Okay. Can I keep it real? We're dealing with spirits, but we call them attitudes. We're dealing with spirits, but we call them mood swings. Okay. Doesn't always work like that. It's a mood swing, possibly. Hello, somebody. It's possibly a mood swing. And I'm just really enamored with Raphael's part, or Raphael. I'm really enamored by that. And what I mean by that is that I'm curious to know what spirits can come out of man. What kind of spirits can come out of man? Can a lying, divinating spirit come out? Can a loving, kind spirit come out? What kind of spirits could come out of man? Now, technically, I'm not teaching. I'm just discussing. I'm not going there with some of you because this might be way above some of y'all head. But it's amazing to me how the angels, even in the end time, will have a part to do with these particulars that I'm talking about tonight. Oh my goodness. So that brings me to Daniel, the 12th chapter. Now, a lot of you can follow me there. Okay. A lot of you can follow me there. But Daniel, the 12th chapter, opens up a world of mystery, kind of like puts a different clamor on the mystery of Enoch chapter number 20. Yeah, let's go there. I'm having fun now. Enoch chapter number 20 talks about the purpose of those angels and what they are doing. Here we go in chapter number 12 of the book of Daniel, who is an end time prophet. Let me note that almost 80 some odd % of the book of Daniel is coming to pass in our lifetime. Now, to the exact number, I would beg to differ and to guess maybe 83.2% of the prophecies in the book of Daniel we are seeing at this very moment today coming to pass. We're actually seeing it. Let me show you. Daniel 12. I'm going to start at verse number 1. Of course, I'm going to be reading from the scriptures, another Hebrew transliteration, which is called the ISR for Elder Kim and all those other ones that have been following me for quite some time. You already know that I go between the Sefer, the Sefer, and the scriptures quite often to give my explanations. So, verse number 1, it says, "Now, at the time, Michael shall stand up, the great head who is standing over the sons of your people, and there shall be a time of distress such as never was since there was a nation until that time. And at that time, your people shall be delivered. Every one of you is found written in the book." What book? It's called the Book of Life. That's the book that he's talking about, the Book of Life, the book that talks about who's going in and who's coming out. There's actually a ledger, a heavenly ledger that's going to be talking about who's going in and who's coming out. And in this book, now Michael, remember, oh my, I just want to see how good you guys are. Remember Enoch 20. And in verse number 5 of Enoch 20, it says, Michael, one of the holy angels who is over mankind, and the virtue commands the nations. He is over mankind. And then here it is, Daniel 12 and 1 starts out with Michael, who is in charge, not just a military charge, but he's been charged by the Spirit over man, over the calamity, over the things that man does. Whew, boy, y'all better know y'all better get excited because I'm getting excited. Michael is over that. There's a middleman to our behavior, and his name is called Michael or Michael. Watch verse number 2. Verse number 2. For those of you that are just joining us, we're in Daniel, the 12th chapter. We're doing a comparison with Daniel, the 12th chapter, and we're coinciding it with the book of Enoch, chapter number 20. Now watch this. Verse number 2. It says, and many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth, wake up, and some to everlasting life, and some to reproaches, everlasting abhorrence. Oh my goodness, it sounds like what Christ came to do. He said that the dead in Christ shall what? Rise. Some shall rise to eternal judgment. Now, of course, everybody's going to be judged. Let's not get it twisted. Everybody is going to be judged. But eternal judgment is yet laid for those that did not believe, that did not follow the truth, did not follow his commandments. Hello, somebody. We call that judgment the great white throne judgment. The great white throne judgment. If you are in the great white throne judgment, forget it. Because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. Your judgment is going to be damnation. But one thing about holy Yah that we serve, the Jehovah that we serve, is that he gives everybody a fair chance. Even in the time of judgment, he still gives you a fair chance, even though your destiny has already been depicted for you. Hello, somebody. It's already been there. Apostle Ruby Red, blessings to you. Shalom. I mean, we serve a mighty and holy Yah, who, even though he knows the outcome, and some of us know the outcome too, because there's no such thing as I didn't know, because you know who you're serving and why you're serving. My goodness. Verse number 2 of chapter number 12 of the book of Daniel, it plainly says that those that are asleep, let me read it again, and many of those who sleep in the dust, we're talking about dead folks, in the dust of the earth, wake up, some to everlasting life, and some to reproaches, everlasting abhorrences. That means that damnation. That's a nice way of saying that you're going to wake up to be damned. That's a nice way of saying that. I like the way how the translators or the transliterators of the Bible just make words sound so smooth when it's just point blank. You're going to wake up to damnation. You're going to wake up to hell, point blank. What you do now really matters. Watch out, watch out. Verse number 3. And those who have insight, boy, this gets deep. Those who have insight shall shine like the brightness of the expanse, talking about heaven. Expanse, it means heaven. And those who led many to righteousness like the stars forever and ever. This comes with a commission to those that stood in the midst of the criticism, of the open criticism, of the open shame that comes with truth. That's what's going on. The prophetic promise to you is that you shall shine like the heavens. You shall shine like the heavens. In this Bible, it says to the expanse, which is the heavens. Whew, my goodness, hallelujah. Didn't say what heaven, didn't say what expanse, but it said to the heavens. Wow. Deep, isn't it? And then the final verse that I'm going to mess with tonight, out of this chapter anyway, it says, but you, O Daniel, hide these words and seal the book until the time of the end. All this stuff that I'm talking about tonight, a lot of people say, why haven't I heard this stuff before? because it wasn't time. Daniel, being one of the prophets, one of the major prophets that operated in the stead of Jehovah, was told to close the book. Why was he told to close the book? Because the earth was not ready for the plans of Jehovah, not yet. That's why he set the angels in the positions that they were in, because the angels not only were watchers, but they were the keepers of truth. They were the keepers of truth. They kept certain things because our human anatomy would want to go and walk into witchcraft and mess it up. Oh, y'all can't mess with me right now. The human anatomy, the human mindset that goes beyond the thinking of the spirit would have taken certain types of information, if they would have had the understanding, and messed everything up for the second coming of Messiah. Would have messed it up. So he said, no, you see these things, but conceal them. Don't even talk about the things. That's why, watch this, people. That is the reason why the Spirit of Jehovah is raising up true prophets in this hour. True prophets, not to prophesy brand new cars and houses, not to prophesy your husband or your wife. No. Elementary, my dear Watson. He is raising them up to talk about what was sealed. I can't get no help up in here. He's raising them up to talk about what is and has been sealed, because no longer do we have to conceal it. We are confirming it. We are confirming a prophetic word of truth that no one even dreamed could ever be possible. Good Lord, have mercy. Y'all better type something in the chat. I'm going to prophesy tonight, but I had to get this much out to let you know that we are actually living in the time of completion. You need to hashtag that wherever you go, whenever you write your articles. Hashtag time of completion. We are in that time of completion because the book has been opened, it's been revealed. Now we're seeing things. You see the correlation of Enoch chapter number 20 with Daniel, the book of Daniel, the major prophet, chapter number 12, verses 1 through 4. It's interesting. It's really interesting because it is confirming our innermost things that we never thought about. While we're out here fighting over religion, prophecy has already been spoken. We need to follow prophecy and not religion. Let me say that again. We need to follow prophecy and not religion, because prophecy is bringing us and taking us beyond the veil. It's taking us beyond the veil into the next level of understanding that we could never understand. My goodness, here tonight, who in the world needed to hear this? We're going into a whole nother diadem and decadem of anointing. That's what we're doing. We're going into a whole nother diadem and decadem of anointing. That's why some of you false prophets is running around here. And yeah, I'm going to call you false. Y'all sitting up here prophesying cars and houses of folk, prophesying husbands and wives, and y'all sitting up here telling everybody about their bank account. Man, you getting a word of knowledge. There ain't no prophecy. And then I question that. The reason why I'm not going to question that is because that truly can come from spiritual intervention, because there are some people that really have the spirit of discernment with no problem. But then there are some people that are guessing and wanting and wishing. That is not prophecy. That is the spirit of wisdom. We have the spirit of wisdom, and then we have the spirit of knowledge. Through the spirit of wisdom, the spirit of knowledge operates and goes clearly. All you're doing is just confirming things. You're not prophesying. You're not prophesying. I don't know why you get this crazy stuff in your head and you think you're prophesying. You may be prophesying, yes. There's a strong possibility that you're prophesying, but you're not prophesying. I'll take some questions in the chat. We'll take some questions in the chat and go into some discussion. But this is not even a deep topic. It may seem like a deep topic to some people, but it's just really common sense to me. The deep part is the revelatory part that we just use as far as the word is concerned. And we got to really be careful when we trust ourselves or entrust ourselves to these people that call themselves prophets or call themselves prophetic minded, because you have to understand that there's a self-gain when people prophesy to you. What are they getting out of the process? Are they getting something? More than likely, yes. You're getting something out of it. Something you probably can't see, something I can't see, but something that they are definitely gaining from their process of prophesying. That's why you got to be careful. That's why you got to be careful. You got to be extra careful when you're dealing with these people to that, because they're not walking in truth in the first place. First of all, you got to learn how to read it. Don't be illiterate. Okay? You got a lot of illiterate people out here talking about the Lord sent them. And there's no way in the world the Lord sent you with your illiterate self. He sent you to learn how to read so that you can understand. That's what he did. He didn't send you to tell stuff and you can't even read the chapter, the fourth verse and the second word in the phrase, and you don't know what an anonym and synonym is, and you talking about, I prophesy, the Lord had me to come speak to you. Yeah, the devil is a lie. You can't even read. You can't even set the markings. You don't even know what you're talking about. Sit down, I say. Or as the old folks like to say, sit down somewhere. Sit down somewhere. Set your tail down. Because you leading people into damnation, into hell. That's what you're doing. You're not leading nobody to no salvation. You lead them straight to hell with your illiterate self. And I'm not trying to pick on people, and I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to be point blank that we should further ourselves in our thinking, because we have the capacity of our mind to go as far as we want to go. And for a person not to know how to read and not to even want to observe and better themselves in the furthering of education, that speaks volumes right there by itself. That shows me that you have a spirit of divination, and that comes from the devil. That comes from Hasatan himself, Satan himself, because you do not want to expand your mind. Come on now. What was that in verse number 3? He said that in chapter number 12 of Daniel, verse number 3, he said that I shall give you the understanding of the expanse. Talking about heaven. The expanse. That means a wealth of knowledge. A wealth of knowledge. Some people learn to read by reading the Bible. And I commend you, because that means it goes further. But we got to go beyond that. We got to start there and go a little bit further. Let's not be like Chucky. I come to play. Hi, my name is Chucky. I came to play. Okay, because that's all you are, is a little Chucky. You're a Chucky doll that has come to play, and you don't have no common sense. And ain't nobody finna mess with you. Not anybody with good common sense, but you got some people that have been rooted into religious traditions and they don't know any better. I'm here to break that religious tradition garbage and let you know that you know better and that you can do better. Hello, somebody. We got anybody in the chat that got any questions or the Spirit has led you in some type of way and whatever? Fortunately, I haven't had to drop the link tonight. I mean, if you want to get on with me and I answer your question on the national platform, you can. I'll drop the link. Just somebody let me know in the chat that that's what you want to do, and I'll do that. If not, then we'll just do what we're doing now. But or you guys can ask questions. We want to thank you for being here again. This is Prophecy Talk 2.0. I'm your host, Dr. Kiefer Ben Israel. And I'm just really excited, not only to be here, but excited to have this platform to be able to talk to you guys about certain types of things. And tonight we've been going into quite a bit. We actually went to the book of Enoch, chapter number 20. We went to Daniel, the book of Daniel, chapter number 12. I'm praying that everybody really got the revelation that's being said there. Okay? Because the angels are just as much a part of the process of prophecy as we, the human beings, are, because our process of prophecy starts with Leviticus 23 when it comes to the holy days, because the holy days are the expansion or the extension of prophecy being fulfilled through the Messiah. That's something that's really important for us to understand and get through us, not only tonight, but just period. The expansion of prophecy goes a lot deeper than what the eye's surface could ever look for. And that's what we're coming to. Any questions in the chat? Any questions in the chat? Time sure does go by fast. I didn't mean to be so fast. I wanted to slow down a little bit and, give people the opportunity to get into this thing. I guess a lot of people are getting into it simultaneously as we go forward. But I want to give people the opportunity to ask as many questions as possible. Wherever you're at, we thank you. Whatever platform you're watching us on, we really thank you for actually being a part of what we do. As you can see, flashing on the screens are the way that you can help us financially. You can go to Cash App, you can go to PayPal, or you can go to Venmo. Any one of those outlets, and you can really be a blessing to what we do, because we're not standing here because we have such a grant and we have $1 million sponsors. We're here because of the generous gifts that you may give, and we're looking to get more to continue this process, because I am really looking forward to doing more of this. But the only way I can do this, I need your help financially to keep what we're doing going. So please, 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 please look up under the screen, look on the screen up under my name, and look at the ways of giving. Cash App, $ Chief Apostle Kepha, Kepha spelled Kepha, or you can go to PayPal, paypal.me/ capital K, capital I, SREAL, or you can go to Venmo at Kepha, Kepha / Israel, ISREAL. And please give. Nothing is too big, nothing is too small. Give to us so that we can continue doing what we're doing, and do it in the simplicity that we're trying to do it in. Hallelujah. Thank you so much. Well, I guess there's no questions. We've been on this platform for over 40 some odd minutes, maybe 50 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than that. We've been on the platform out here, and I don't know what if you guys don't have any questions. That's the revelation that the Most High has given me for you guys tonight here on Prophecy Talk 2.0. That means that we're going to be back tomorrow. We're going to try to get some guests on tomorrow and see if we can chuck up a platform and get a panel going so that we can have a deep discussion tomorrow night. As you can see, we're talking about prophecy. That's what we're here for. That's what the show is all about. We're here to talk about prophecy, but 2.0. We're here to bless and to give you exactly the revelatory truths of the word of Yah. I love every last one of you, and there's nothing else there, and I don't see anybody put anything up. It's okay, because we're coming back tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow the same time, and hopefully with a continuation of this particular topic and subject today, and we may have a panel tomorrow. And we just want to say thank you for joining us. Please give, because that's a major part of what we're doing, especially coming in 2023. Please give and allow us to be able to continue what we're doing. Allow me to be able to continue what we're trying to do. In the mighty name of Yeshua HaMashiach, Jesus the Christ, I want to bless you and thank you for being with us tonight. Prophecy 2.0 is a production of Kingdom Building Institute and Kepha Ben Israel Ministries. We thank you, and we'll see you again on tomorrow night. Shalom.